Today, we're making cheesecake.
I have some graham crackers here. I want to get my crust ready first. You can use store-bought. I'm using homemade, and just crush them up. And 4 tablespoons of butter. Just going to mix those up. You can use any kind of cookie that you like. Butter cookies would be great as well. I like the graham cracker. It goes really well with this cheesecake. Once we have those mixed up, we want to get them into our pan. I'm using a springform pan today. I've lightly buttered the sides and lined it with wax paper.
And a round of parchment on the bottom.
Once I have my parchment paper on the bottom, I'm going to add my graham crackers. Just going to pop them in there. Once I have those in there, I want to press them in really well. I want to get them firmly packed. Make sure you bring it all the way to the edges because this is what's going to hold your filling in. Use your spoon to go around the edges. That's what you're looking for. You just want to have it really well packed in there. I like to go around the edge and pack that edge down a little bit. I'll be baking this in a water bath, so I want to line my pan with foil as well. Just to make sure that I have a barrier and the water doesn't get through. And once that's all done, we can go on and make our filling. For the filling, 2 packages of softened cream cheese. Cream that up a bit. 1 cup of sour cream. Cream those together. Till they're nice and creamy. Once they're nice and creamy, we want to add 2 eggs. Whisk in your eggs. Three-quarters of a cup of sugar. Whisk that in really well. Half a cup of powdered sugar.
I'm also going to add 1 cup of mascarpone cheese.
Whisk that in. Heavy cream.
1 cup.
Whisk that in. 1½ teaspoons of vanilla extract. 3 tablespoons of lemon juice, freshly squeezed preferably. Whisk that in. Teaspoon and a half of lemon zest. Oh, that's starting to smell so good. And 4 tablespoons of flour, just regular flour. This is ready to go into my pan. I'm just going to pour that in there. I'll be baking this in a water bath, so I'm going to add some water to the bottom of my pan. And I'm just going to take my cake and pop it in there. Once I have my cake in my water bath, I want to bake it at 325 for about an hour. After an hour, I want to turn the oven off, crack the oven door open, and let it sit for another hour. So in we go.
45 minutes later.
Doing well.
It's exactly 1 hour later. It smells fantastic. It looks great.
Time to turn off my oven, crack the door, and let it sit. So my cheesecake is out of the oven. Look how beautiful that came out. Perfectly level. So if you want that perfectly level cheesecake, aside from the powdered sugar that we put in, which really helps, also it's the sudden temperature change that will make your cheesecake crack and sink in the center. So let it sit in that oven, with the door cracked open, and you'll find you get a beautifully level cheesecake. I'm just gonna let that cool completely and then pop it in the fridge and let that chill in the fridge for at least 4 hours. For my strawberry sauce, I got some wonderful strawberries the other day, and I'm just going to slice a couple up. Slice them right in there, cut down the center, slice them up. These have been washed. Make sure you wash them first. And I'm going to reserve the rest for the top. I'm going to take about 3/4 cup of sugar, sprinkle that on top, and 1/2 cup of water. Just add that in there. And just a dash of lemon juice. Just a dash. You don't really want a lot. I'm just gonna squeeze that in there. Once I have that all in there, I'm just gonna give it a good stir and cook this on medium heat till it reduces. Get in there and give it a good stir as it cooks away. It smells amazing.
It may look as if your strawberries are losing their color at first, but that will come back as they cook up.
My strawberries are just starting to fall apart, so I'm going to strain them out. As soon as this is done cooking down, almost there. I'm starting to get some really nice colors out of that now. At this point, my syrup is ready. I'm just going to turn off the heat, let it cool, and strain it. Strain that syrup into that. Get some beautiful color there. Look at that color. That looks beautiful.
That's going to look lovely on our cheesecake.
Take the rest of this, because that's a lovely jam. You can actually just spoon it over your cheesecake if you like. It's actually a delicious jam. What I'm going to do is take the fresh strawberries and toss them in with this syrup to give them a nice color, a nice shine, and you'll also have that fresh flavor from that strawberry, that super fresh flavor. Now we just have to wait for our cheesecake to cool and we can serve it. I'm just going to get this out of my pan, so I'm going to run a knife around the edge. And I'm just going to slide it onto my serving platter. That looks perfect. Time to cut this. Just cut straight down. That looks amazing. I have some fresh strawberries here that I've lightly tossed in my syrup. A couple of strawberries on top, and a little of my strawberry syrup,
which has thickened up nicely, and it's just the perfect consistency for drizzling onto my cheesecake. That's perfect.
I'm just going to give that a little try.
That's absolutely incredible.
So good. This came out really good. The filling is perfection, just the right amount of lightness and density, flavorful, absolutely incredible. I hope you guys enjoyed this recipe. I hope you give it a try. Please take a moment to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more recipes like this.